I can't believe it's like so gorgeous, so beautiful outside. We have a gorgeous weekend. So if you guys are holding open houses, it's like the perfect weekend, right? Yeah. So there's a question. Usually when you guys come on, I ask you how you're doing. And but last week, for the first time, I asked, instead of, how was your week? I said, what have you noticed in the real estate market this week? So I wanted to ask you guys that same question before we get started, because I think that's a question that everybody's curious about. So what have you noticed in the real estate market this week? Alison?
I mean, it's still, like, if we're talking in blanket terms, it's still a fairly hot market. Something I always harp on are subsections of the market totally being different. So the condo market had kind of picked back up. It seems like maybe it slowed a little bit again. That's just anecdotally in the last week for me. And so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of same, a little bit different.
Yeah. Alison, what about you? What have you noticed in the real estate market this week?
Sarah.
Sarah, what have you, thanks guys. What have you noticed?
Yeah, I'm with Alison. I think it really depends on what subset of the real estate market you're looking at, because a studio condo is not the same as a 1-bedroom condo, is not the same as a 2-bedroom condo, and not the same as a row home, single family detached home, and then single family detached home with like all the bells and whistles, like a forever home in the suburbs. And to me, I think that that last group of homes is still in super high demand by a lot of these COVID buyers who have realized their need for extra space, need to breathe, need to grow and expand within a home. And so I see that, I'm still writing like 1 of 20 offers on when I represent buyers on homes in that subgroup. And I see, very aggressive escalation clauses. I see it slow down just a smidgen. And the funny thing about real estate is that even for the most logical people, it's so psychological and
it is
emotional. And so it's like primarily psychological and emotional, and then people back it up with logic. And so if you consider like, okay, where are people's like attention pointed? Like where's everyone's mind at right now? I think with the recent CDC announcement, I see just a smidgen like cooling off. Like when Dr. Fauci told everyone you can go maskless if you're fully vaccinated, everyone's like, party time, what are my plans, how am I going to get out? Whereas before there was so much like anxiety and angst and focus and energy around like, how can I get the home that I need, because I don't know when all of this is going to end. Exactly.
Well said, Sarah. I agree. I'm going to go ahead and get us moving. But I agree with you 100%. So guys, wait till you see these 2 properties that we have for you today. Sarah is going to be showing you this wonderful pied-à-terre. It's located in Capitol Hill. And then Alison has this very spacious, beautiful condo that's located in Columbia Heights. So we're going to start with Sarah, and then we'll bring in Alison. Okay, so let's get started. Sarah, you have the floor. Once you see the pictures of your property up, I'll be ready to begin to bring your pictures up. Okay,
wonderful. So this is the Davmar in the heart of Capitol Hill. Address is 18 9th Street Northeast, Unit 206. It is a 352 square foot studio condo. This is 9th Street. It is one of these quaint, quiet, tree-lined streets. Capitol Hill is one of those neighborhoods where you can be so close to retail and shopping, and yet you have this like small town in the city community feel. This is the foyer. Lovely, very well-maintained condo, as you can see here. However, it's got incredibly low fees. The condo fee on this property is $157 a month. Okay, more the Davmar. This is the foyer. This studio was actually designed by a professional interior designer. She is local to Washington, D.C. by way of the South. Mary Jo Major Design did this design. And this is the main area where My client combined the bedroom and the living room area. Here's more shots of the living room. You see that foyer in the background is painted, fully painted, a delightful blush pink. It's very tasteful. This is the bedroom. That there used to be a Murphy bed here, but my client really, wanted something that felt more like home, much more comfortable. That is actually fixtured into the wall and conveys with the home if you so desire. It doesn't have to if you'd rather not have it. So you can see that there are 2 large windows. It's on the 2nd floor unit, so the light comes in. It overlooks this beautiful courtyard where there's gardens. It looks like a secret garden kind of oasis. So really, really beautiful views when you look out the window. And you will see these like custom shelves in the background. Not all square footage is equal. Like, it's not just like the amount of square footage a home has, but how you use that square footage that matters. And this was just like knocked it out of the park. This is a full bath. There is a full-size bathtub in the back there. So if you've, gotten into any quarantine self-care habits, you could still take your like spa baths. Okay. This is something that you don't even see in like large DC homes. This is a walk-in closet, and the angle makes it look smaller, but those shelves go up and up and up. This is like, Carrie Bradshaw's dream come true on the hill. You can see all those shoe boxes. Another shot. I will say that the furniture is, can be sold separately, totally separate from the actual home sale, but that's an option just because everything just like perfectly fits this condo. As you can see, tons and tons of space. I say that this home is as smart as it is elegant, and you can totally see why. It's functional and fashionable. Speaking of these shelves, if I could see this property being really ideal for someone who knows that they're going to be in DC for grad school, for example, or med school or what have you for the foreseeable future. Put all your books in those shelves. Okay, this is my favorite part of the home. It's a dining nook. Who's to say that you can't be the hostess with the mostest in a studio? It's a custom built-in bench with French striped. Okay, it's moving fast. And that's the custom built wall art as well. Love the touches of chinoiserie. And you can see that we've really got this like beautiful marriage of, like I said in the listing description, Parisian sophistication and Charleston charm. And this condo is kind of exactly that. More shelving, such a smart use of space. All you city urban dwellers know that, every space counts. Like, really every square inch of this condo was like meticulously and thoughtfully considered. And you can see just that delightful light fixture. It's coral in person, if you're wondering. Here is what is actually like a full kitchen in a studio. Most, studios in DC have just like these like tiny efficiencies, like what you'd find in like an Airbnb unit. This is like for the home chef that loves to cook, full-size stove, microwave overhead. You can see my client has even got her trusty little KitchenAid right there. So a whole lot of cooking and baking and hosting has happened here. And that is a full-size dishwasher. So all you city folks can understand and appreciate why a full-size dishwasher or the presence of a dishwasher is even huge. So yeah, more counter space, shaker cabinetry. I wish we took pictures of what was inside the cabinetry, because it's, once again, brilliant use of storage space, storage solutions. It's like a container store dream come true. Quartz countertops that have those like gray vein accents. So really, really just on point. I'm obsessed with this condo, if you can't tell. Laundry, there are laundry facilities in the lower level of the building. However, the condo is so flexible that if you ask them, the association, they will consider allowing you to install a washer dryer, you know, one of those like pluggable electric units in your unit, if that's, you know, you can find a place to fit that. That's actually also rare. Here's the courtyard. We only have one angle of this. I wish we had another one, but you can see, this is what I said, the two bedroom windows overlook the courtyard. So really like space. This is a pet friendly condo. You can come out here, drink your morning coffee, journal, have happy hour with a friend. This is the rooftop deck, which is rare to find, I would say, among condos of this age. So you get these like glorious views of the Capitol. I mean, hello, happy 4th of July coming on up. You don't need to fight the crowds on the mall, but you can watch the beautiful fireworks from the privacy of your own rooftop deck. So yeah, plenty of space for entertaining. And here are just some views of the Capitol. You see the Capitol building right there. We're so close. There's also bike storage, and what we don't have a photo of is the additional storage unit that conveys with this home. You don't have to pay extra for that. You don't have to pay extra for bike storage. And that is our lovely dusk photo. Good night, Washington, D.C. Here's the entryway. To the left and right, there's, once again, immaculate, mature landscaping. This condo is very well managed, very organized, very well run. And have I mentioned that the condo fee is, once again, only $157 per month, which is a dream.
Awesome. Great job, Sarah. The condo is just, it's lovely. And it sounds like the furniture can convey with the sale of the property.
Separately, as like a separate sale directly with the seller. I'm not brokering furniture.
Right. But the amazing thing is, I think it's beautiful and it's well done. And to have the opportunity, if that's your style and you love the color and everything, to have the opportunity to be able to purchase that's pretty incredible. So yeah.
Walk on in.
It's just, I mean, and all the little, you know, your favorite section, the little nook, the little dining area, and the light fixture above, the mirrors on the wall, the shelving. It's pretty, I mean, you don't see I've seen a lot of studios lately because I had a client and my God, we probably saw maybe 20 studios. And I wish this one would have been on the market because this one's really very sweet. So
I know. Yeah, it is. It's one of a kind.
It's the best word for it.
Say that one more time.
I think darling is the best word for it.
Agree.
I would agree. Yes. Darling is the best word for it. Yes. So what about parking? Is there parking, Sarah?
Not that conveys with this home because it's only 3 blocks from the metro. That's never really been an issue for my client this is like really like urban city dwelling, you know, at its finest. So 9th Street, I've personally never had issues parking there. It's just far enough away from like the hustle and bustle of Eastern Market, which is 3 blocks away. Excuse me, it's 4 blocks from the Eastern Market Metro, 3 blocks from the Eastern Market Farmers Market area where, you know, you get jazz over the weekends and farmers who come out with their produce and things like that. If you're not familiar, Eastern Market is one of the most delightful places you could visit. One of the local favorites, you know, in Washington, D.C. And it's 2 blocks to Lincoln Park. So really, street parking's not been an issue here for me. And I've been there, you know, different hours of the day.
Awesome. And how big, if someone's wondering, do you know the total square footage of the unit?
It's 352 square feet.
Okay.
And yet she's fit a queen size bed in there, and you walk in and you don't feel cramped. I think between the high ceilings and the recessed lights and the fact that there are windows that let light in. I think that all certainly helps to, you know, the feeling of like spaciousness.
Yeah, and the separation too of the sides, I think adds a little more to it. So the closet, was the closet, so you go into the bathroom and the closet's attached to the bathroom. Is that where the closet?
The closet is actually right when you walk in the door in that foyer. That's
okay.
Colored blush pink, like floor to ceiling blush pink.
Okay.
The closet is right there. So it looks like it's just a coat closet, but then you open it and it's like, you know, like my best friend lives in Manhattan, and that would be like a bedroom.
Right. Awesome. Alison, I see you thinking. I know. Let me be quiet. So I think you have a question.
I think it's a great unit. I had 2 studios listed earlier this year, and so I've had to market them. And I think when you have something as unique as this, that you're in a great position as a seller. I think this is really spoon feeding it to the buyer, saying like, this is how you use your space. I think that could be the toughest part about studios, is that you don't really understand as the buyer what you can do there. And this has been thought out for you, right? This is handed to you. So, it's a definite feel, right? It invokes a very specific feeling, and someone's going to love it. And hopefully if somebody, at the very least, appreciates the care and everything that's gone into it, and they can imagine putting their taste in there if it's not exactly that. So I think it's a great listing.
Yeah. We'll just show one more little picture of it just to remind everyone that's watching. So, Sarah, are you having, because I know it just came on the market, are you having an open house?
Yes, the open house is this Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m.
Okay, awesome. And then if anyone's watching and they have any questions about it later, if you guys are watching now, we can see your comments. So if you want to just ask a question right now, we can get it answered for you. But if anyone has questions later and they would like to reach out to you, Sarah, how can they reach you?
You can email me, sarah.brown@compass.com, or text or call 703-973-4525.
Awesome. So right there, sarah.brown@compass.com, and you can call her as well. So awesome. Okay. Well, Alison, we are ready for you. And Alison has the wonderful 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo that's located in Columbia Heights. So wait till you see it. And I love the color. So the great colors. So I'm going to put ourselves in the waiting room. Alison, once the picture's up, we'll be ready to get started.
Ready to roll.
Ready to rock and roll.
All right, here we have another city dwelling, totally different area of town from our last ones. This is in Columbia Heights, right on 14th Street, right in the hustle and bustle of Columbia Heights. So right down the street, you've got a ton of restaurants. Right next door, actually, you've got a pho place, which is phenomenal. Lots of restaurants. You're a couple of blocks to the DC USA Mall. So you can run over if you literally need anything, you can find it. The store's there, and then the Metro is across the street. This unit is ground level. It's slightly down. The entrance is on the left there. But I point that out because it absolutely does not have any kind of basement feel to it. My friend and I actually helped sell this unit to the owners. And so I've been in there, when it was sold to them in 2018, I believe. It was renovated and sold to them then. And it's got really high ceilings, which you'll see when we go in. So it feels like, it's not a basement unit at all. So when you walk in, now we've turned around and we're looking at the front entryway. There is a patio area in the front, which isn't particularly well photographed from what we were looking at, but there is a space in front where you can certainly fit lots of people standing, or just, like 4 to 5 chairs. So there's an area where people could meet out there if they wanted to hear and see everything that's happening on 14th Street. Now we're back in the unit. So we're in the living room, which is right in the front of the house. Like I said, big, tall ceilings. The current owners have done some really awesome stuff in this unit, though it was gorgeous when it was renovated. You see a little black wall in the back, a little space sliver. That's the kind of chalkboard kind of paint where you can write on top of it. And I'm not sure if you're going to see some of the decorating choices that they made on that blue wall in the back, but there's something in this unit that so you can see it on the left there. It's an old 50s television, which has been made into a bar. That's like one of my favorite things. I featured it on my blog a little bit ago because I think it's so phenomenal. But now we're actually standing where that bar is, and this is looking at the other angle of the living room. It's huge. It's a really big living room. You've got tons of space, obviously. There aren't a ton of living rooms, I'm sorry, where you can fit 2 couches and have this much additional room. And it opens up into the open kitchen. The kitchen, which has an island in the middle. I think we're gonna get a little bit closer so you can see it. And the island right there, it's not your traditional just long island. It's still a rectangle, but it's more square shaped in that you can have the chairs on the side and there's some cabinets in it as well. So it's really multifunctional island. So this angle we're looking at is like basically from the front door, and we'll be going down that hallway on the left in a little bit. So now we're standing in the hallway, again, another angle. You have a better angle here of the island that I was talking about and the beautiful cabinets. I mean, it literally is pristine. It looks exactly like when we sold it years ago. So it's in a phenomenal shape. Floors are in great shape. It looks like new. There you go. There's a great angle of the kitchen. So gas, you've got the backsplash there put in. It's really clean and sleek. There we go. Another great angle. And you can see that chalk wall that I talked about, the black one on the left. Some more close-ups, again, just really nice and clean. Because it's a lower level unit, it's really nice and bright. So the colors that were chosen really lift up the whole space and make it seem even brighter than it is. I mean, there's lots of windows in the front, so it's just really well lit. So when we go down this hallway, you hit the full-size washer and dryer, and there's additional storage you can see right there. So you have a lot of places where you can store stuff in this condo. I don't believe there's a photo of the coat closet in the front room that we looked at before. So just know that there are places where you can store stuff throughout. This is another additional space here. This is the full-size bathroom that's in the hallway. So this would be the one ostensibly that your guests use because the other one is an ensuite. Again, everything's in phenomenal shape. Yeah, so now this is the primary bedroom. So what's important to know is this is in a building that is not huge. There are not I should know the number of units, but there aren't more than I think 8. And so this unit spans the front and the back of the building. This is another angle of the primary bedroom. Where we're standing right now in this photo, this is where the primary bathroom is, but the door that you see here in this photo leads to the back area, which is also outdoor space for this area. So we have not just the area in the front of the condo that I spoke about earlier, but now we have the space in the back as well. This is an angle from that door that leads to the outside. So on your right, there is a huge walk-in closet. On the left is the door into the primary bathroom. And so here, we're pulling up a photo of the primary bathroom. Again, looks like brand new, like the day we sold it. Beautiful tile work, glass shower. Lighting is all nice. And okay, so we do have some angles, great, of the closet. So there's built-in shelving on both the right and the left. And on the left side, it's very deep. So actually there's a second hanging bar behind the ones that you see here on the left-hand side. This is the second bedroom, so it's currently being used as an office. You totally could fit a bed in here for the guests. So there's a closet next to the door where this photo is being taken currently right now, this angle. So the bathroom, there you go, great. So huge double closet. The door right there you see leads out to the hallway, and the bathroom is directly on the right-hand side. So that's the bathroom that this room would use should you have it. as a guest room or a secondary bedroom. And we're back at the front of the house. So one thing I didn't point out just is that second bedroom also has a door to that outdoor area. So you don't have to go through the primary bedroom, which I think is clutch because you don't want people necessarily always going through your bedroom. So this listing is priced at $579. It's just shy of 1,000 square feet. It's really big, like I said. There is going to be an open house tomorrow from 11 to 1. And Karen, I'm sure I just answered half of your questions. You can
I know when you started saying open house, I was like, Alison, I'm going to ask you about your open house. No, it's awesome. Wonderful job. I love the pop of color, the blue, and I love that it continues throughout your unit. There's just, and the kitchen is wonderful. And I didn't realize, I don't think you can tell from the living room how large the living room space is and how high the ceiling. So it was really nice that you mentioned and let everyone know how that is, really large. That's a large space.
I think one of the problems with lower level units is that people hear that immediately and they don't want to see it. If they're not okay, if they say they don't want a basement unit, then they just won't look. This one truly does not feel like a lower level unit. And it's, I think mainly in my opinion, because they dug down and it's just very high ceilings. So it's just incredibly spacious. It's a ton of room. It's a lot of bang for your buck. And with the 2 outdoor areas, it's just, I think it's hard to beat. You're close to literally everything. You can walk to a million different restaurants. You're close to 11th Street too, which there's some phenomenal restaurants over on 11th Street. So if you want to be off of 14th, which is a little bit crazy, 11th is kind of more your jam. You're very close to getting there as well. Tons of public transportation, whether it be metro, bus, a million bikes and scooters and all that kind of stuff now. And it really served the owners well. They just are, moving up and doing what a lot of other people are doing and bought a single family house. So that's it. But it's really served them well, and I have no doubt that it's going to serve the next owner or owners really well too.
Awesome. And then what about parking?
There's no parking with this unit. However, the current owners rented a spot from somebody in the building.
Okay.
Right there, and then the DC USA Mall, like I said, is like 2.5 blocks down the street.
Okay.
And huge garage, and they rent out their spots. Now, you might not want to walk 2 blocks, but if you're, just for like some months, like some months you just don't want to deal with it for whatever reason, then like that's an option, and that will always be an option because that garage is massive.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's nice to know, like if you're driving around and you just have one of those nights where it's really busy and you can't, so it's nice, or days, it's nice to know you can go there, especially like on the weekends. Awesome. So another question is storage. So you guys have, is there extra storage or?
There's no extra storage that comes with this unit, but honestly, I don't really feel like you need it. I mean, between the primary closet, between the double closet in the second bedroom, the closet in that we didn't even show a photo of in that living room space, and then the extra storage in the double closet with the the doors with the washer dryer. I mean, really just, and then the cabinet space is really good. That island gives you a lot of storage as well. So it's just, if you want it, I'm sure we could find you some extra storage.
And do you know by chance what the age of the building is?
I don't, but I know it was renovated in 2018. And I didn't talk about the condo fees, which are also obscenely low. They were $200 a month, 200 and like 54. I know, right? You were saying yours were 150. Woo! We got low ones too.
Right, 157 and 200. Wow.
What does that 200 cover?
Just general building maintenance, stuff like that. Because it is small building. Like I said, you can see the building in the photo right now. So the amenities are not. You're not being sold on amenities if you want a unit like this, right? You're not dealing with elevators or anything like that. Even that just is costly. So, and I think just like trash and recycling and those kinds of things that are a cost, obviously, which is why they can keep it really, really quite low.
That's amazing.
Awesome. And then Alison, tell us about the open house that you guys are having tomorrow.
The open house is tomorrow, 11 to 1. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Show up if you want to check it out in person. I think it's, you know, if you want to see how bright and open it really is, then obviously you want to go and see it in person. So show on up. It's easy to get to. And yeah, I'm happy to have you there.
Awesome. And then Sarah, do you have any other questions? I know I've been just, as soon as Alison finishes, I'm asking another one. Do you have any other questions for her?
Yeah, this looks like a really tightly knit condo. I was wondering how many units are there? About how many units? Like, how large is this condo? Is it self-managed, or do they have a professional property manager?
Self-managed from, yep, so self-managed. So I think that's also a reason why that those fees are low. Because for anybody who's watching, who knows how management works, that it ends up making your fees go up quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, with the renovation being done in, you know, in this particular unit too, it's just very hands off. You don't have to do a lot, you know. Everything was new 3 years ago. So
awesome.
Yep.
Okay. And then if anyone is watching later and they have questions for you, how can they reach out to you?
It's very easy. It's Alison@compass.com. You have to spell my name right. It's one L. So Alison@compass.com. They can give me a shout that way, and I'm happy to answer any of the questions that they have.
Awesome. So right there, guys, for you, Alison@compass.com, and feel free to reach out to her and come to the open houses. I mean, we have 2 great, and you know, I mean, these are just, even if you're just looking for an extra investment, I mean, or if you are coming back and forth to DC often, the pied-à-terre is just a wonderful option, and they're both in fabulous locations. So is there anything else that you guys would like to mention that you might have forgotten?
Nope. I think we were both very thorough in our today.
Yeah,
no,
we know
I think
these units like the back of our hand.
I know you guys that you did awesome. You know, I'm just in love with both of them, so I can't decide which one is my favorite. So I'm just going to just say that they're both my favorites. So
yeah, you don't have to pick one.
right.
I'll come back on your show again. So
awesome. Yes. And please. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in this week to the New Listings at Noon, where every week I bring on realtors in the DMV area with current listings, and they come on and talk about their listings, like Alison and Sarah. So thank you guys as well. I'm Karen Ringo, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.